think that it's not enough that we only work with our own operations. We also need to work together with partners and customers in order to find the new sustainable ways to decarbonize both transportation and industry by converting them from fossil fuels to electricity. 23% of our electricity production is still fossil-based. But on the other hand, it means that 77% is non-fossil. And that today comes from nuclear, hydro, wind, and some smaller amounts of biomass and solar. But we have a very clear target then to phase out the coal in all our operations and at the same time build 7 times more renewable capacity by 2030. And by doing that, we will aim to reduce our emissions in line with what is required by the Paris Agreement, which means then well below 2-degree target. But it will not be enough. And that is why we now take further actions to explore the options of being in line more with the 1.5-degree target. If we talk about targets that we have set then, earlier we were reporting and measuring on our absolute emissions. Now we are also adding a clear target for 2025, which is set on our carbon intensity. And there our target will be to reach 86 grams of carbon dioxide per produced kilowatt hour. Back in 2015, we had emissions of close to 90 million tons. If we look at 2019, those 90 were down to 19 million tons. So if we look at the innovations there, I would say it's about digitalizing, it's applying artificial intelligence in combination maybe with increased use of drones. And so, for example, we are using drones to do inspections inside plants and do inspections on wind farms and along our electricity grids. It is also a lot around hydrogen. And if we see where we put the big growth opportunities, it is in expanding in wind. We're also looking into combinations, like I mentioned earlier, to be combining solar plants together with wind farms and battery storage and to be able to optimize that. But equally important will be to see how can we use the batteries that are currently in the electric vehicles, how can that help to stabilize also the energy system and be a means of storing? And similarly, hydrogen, you can convert renewable energy into hydrogen, then the hydrogen can be used to replace fossil fuels, but it can, so it's really about how the different systems are interacting and optimizing. So I would say there is almost no end to how much innovation you can do.